Welcome to Real Food Live. I'm gonna start with our special thing, the bell thing. Yay! Tonight we have a guest, as you can see. This is Sasha.
Hello.
And do you want to tell what we're making tonight?
Yes, we are gonna make tostadas, and it's something that is very dear and near to my heart. I am half Mexican and half Black, so I grew up mostly in the Latina culture, and we love food. And so growing up, we had a bunch of tostadas, and it's like it's like a staple for a party. It's very quick and easy, and I wanted to do this recipe because it's very, very flexible. So if you're vegetarian, if you're vegan, if you just, you love meat, then you can totally mix and match and make it to your own, like how you like your food.
Nice. I'm gonna wash my hands real fast.
Yes.
And then we can get started.
Awesome. So there's gonna be two parts to this tostada. So we are going to be making the tostada part, and then we're also gonna be making salsa. And then so I know that some people may not know what a tostada is, so it's kind of like a taco, but it's like a crunchy version of a taco. It's not like Taco Bell. It is not like Taco Bell. It is very, very, I want to say it's more like fresh, and I feel like Taco Bell. I don't mean to diss on Taco Bell. If you love Taco Bell, I am so sorry. I've never had it. Never had Taco Bell.
Diss on it. I think it's okay.
Okay. Well, I don't want to offend people out there if they like Taco Bell. To each their own.
This
So
is true.
I think the first thing we can do is the salsa. And again, everything here is however people want to make it. So if you don't like certain things, you can always swap it out for different things. So in order to make the salsa, there's so many different ways to make salsa. There's like red salsa, green salsa, yellow salsa. It all depends on like the veggies that you're throwing in there, and then also like the spice level too. So for this one, I'm gonna do red salsa because this tostada, it's very budget friendly. So we're gonna start with the tomatoes.
Alright. Someone named New Guy is very upset about Taco Bell. He said Taco Bell blasphemy. We're sorry. But this is going to be so much better than Taco Bell.
It is. I never had Taco Bell, but I feel like it is.
I've had it. It's like, it does, what you need it to. But it's...
And then for this one, can you go ahead and get the pot? Let's get the small, yes, that one.
Perfect.
So for this one, you can go ahead and wash the tomatoes if you want, but because we're going to be boiling it, I think, it's an easy cop-out if you want. So we're just going to put all the tomatoes in there, and then we're also going to get our chile, and we did one serrano, which is like a hot pepper. And then we're going to take off the stem, which would be very, very easy to blend after. And we're going to put that in there. Every time I cook, I like to have like a designated area so that way we can put like trash in there so it's easy to clean up. And then our onion.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm slacking on the job. There you go.
And then if you really like onions, you can put the entire thing if you want. But we're just going to do a little bit, so I'm just going to get rid of the end. And so we can use this onion for the salsa if you want, but if you also want to add the tostada, to the tostada, you totally can. You can chop it up. If you like, big onion chunks, then you can just sprinkle it on. And the great thing about tostada is that you'll have like your bowl to the side, and you can put like your mixings or like your toppings in, and it can be so many different things. And you just like make it kind of how like you make a sandwich, but tostada form. I'm just gonna cut that in half so it can be easier to blend. And then if you want to do the same thing with the tomatoes, you totally can. If you want to do one can.
Okay. Cut them all or just one? Okay.
Just So we can have a variety. We'll put the onion off to the side. And then for this, we're just gonna fill it with water, just so it's kind of soaking in there, and then we're gonna put it to boil.
Okay.
And
Do you
then
want
we
it
can-
cover? It should cover.
Yeah, and if some tomatoes are gonna poke out, that's totally fine. Like with the water, it'll just rotate them, or you know, you can always go in with like a fork or a different utensil and rotate them after.
Alright.
You know, a couple minutes, so that way they're nice and cooked all around. And that one usually takes a while, so that way I recommend doing the salsa first. That way you can let it boil and then work on making the rest of the stuff. So for example, the lettuce. Not everyone likes lettuce like this, and that way we can make it really beautiful. Would you like to?
Ooh, it is like
Yeah.
it is sealed up.
Yes. I don't have upper body strength to open it, so thank you, Claire.
I'm the muscle.
Yes, you are.
I've never done that before. This is exciting. Oh, and I tore the leaf.
It's okay.
There we go.
And then so we're gonna and then I'm gonna chop a piece off, and then if you wanna chop a piece off, we
Perfect.
can
I
tag team.
have a funny Taco Bell story.
What's the Taco Bell?
So in Montgomery there was a Taco Bell and it burned down, but no one was hurt. Like no one was in the Taco Bell, and that's the most important thing. It was like, I don't know, some sort of like electrical fire, crazy stuff. But the city of Montgomery, or the lovely citizens, held like a candlelight vigil for this Taco Bell, and we like a lot of comedians like made fun of it, like and it's on YouTube if you're ever bored and need to look up a Montgomery Taco Bell that burned down. It's a mess because some people were like really serious about like.
Was that the only one?
No.
Oh.
No, it wasn't. There were more.
I would understand if it's the only one, because then you'd be devastated.
Yeah, this is a great point. But no, it was just the most convenient one, and now they had to drive like a tiny bit farther. So it was kind of, people were dramatic sometimes.
I mean, sometimes, that's what happens when, I guess, good food, it changes you.
Yes. Taco Bell. There's one girl, she like went viral because she made up a song about Baja Blast. It was a whole thing.
So we just finished chopping. Well, I finished. Claire's still working on the rest.
I'm a slow chopper.
No, it's okay. So you can totally cut them in little strips, so that way it's easier to sprinkle, or people that are like me that love lettuce and it doesn't matter what shape it is, it's for them too. And then you just sprinkle it on top. And it's kind of like layers too. So we're going to put this in here. And then we're going to set it to the side.
Alright.
Gotta get the rest.
Gotta get them all. Alright. I'm going to just set it over there.
And then we'll I guess we could put this back in the bag. So if you want more, we can always add more.
Perfect. Oh, yes, they're canned beans. That was a question.
Oh yeah. So again, with all the ingredients, they're totally flexible. So for me, I like canned beans just because I don't know how to cook real beans. But if you know how to cook real beans, then go ahead and throw them on there, and it makes them a lot easier. So you can skip like a couple steps. And then so for the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna move over to the beans. So do you want to bring over the pinto beans?
Yes. I would love to do that. There you go.
So there's, again, everything is flexible. For me, I really love pinto beans. If you like black beans, you can totally do black beans. There's also, there's just so many different types of beans. Yeah.
A lot.
So you can always pick your favorite.
Should I drain them?
No, we're actually going to use the liquid because that helps it, makes it savory? I don't know, like liquidy?
Okay.
And then I feel like that's where all the salt is at too.
Oh yes, we want all the salt. Ooh.
And then we're gonna get our pot.
Okay.
And then we're gonna pour it. Should we heat it up? Yeah, let's heat it up and then we'll pour it over there on that side. So
Okay.
that way, as we pour, it starts warming up and then we'll just add more too.
Okay.
So for this one, we're only gonna do 4 cans and you can always add more. So if you have a lot more people that you want to feed, definitely get a lot more beans and they can be of your choice.
Alright.
And then we'll put a little bit of butter in there.
Butter. Do you want a spoon or a knife?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll do a spoon so that way we can minimize utensils.
Oh, brand new. Or maybe not.
Oh no, they just did a really good job.
We lied.
And you can add as much butter as you want. I think people, like the healthy people, would be like just a little bit. So I guess that would be okay.
Okay.
And then when it starts melting, then we can start adding in the beans.
Okay. Perfect.
Put it over here. And so, did it start melting or not yet?
It's a little bit melting.
I'll start. And it's also, this recipe is also great for impatient people because sometimes you want something, you know, not kind of quick, kind of easy.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna pour. And we're fine. Pour. You want to do this one?
Yes.
And then if you don't get all of it, it's okay. Because I like to do a little something. Oh, there's this one.
Alright.
And then so sometimes when you have like your beans, you get some like beans in the bottom. So what I like to do is I like to get a little bit of water. And I whoosh it around. I don't know if whooshing is a word, but it's fine.
I think it sounds good.
And then you do the same thing so it helps get everything out. Almost. Alright? Ooh. And then sometimes when we overcook beans, it becomes a little dry. Again, I'm not an expert, but this is from years of experience. And then with the rest, we lost one.
Bean down.
And then with the rest, we can just dump it in.
Okay. Perfect. Okay.
And then we let that simmer.
Alright.
And then when it starts boiling, we'll give it maybe like a couple more minutes, just so that way all the beans can get cooked. Because the last thing you want is to bite into, I don't know, a spoonful of beans and there's like one uncooked bean. But it happens. It happens. Nobody's perfect. Unless you're a professional chef, then I guess that's a different story.
I'm sure they even have those moments.
And then clean up.
Oh, I think this is Jared.
The new guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know.
Oh, okay.
I know. I for sure know. That's like his staple name.
Oh, that's so funny.
Jared is the name of my fiance. The one that usually eats all of my food without complaint.
Good old Jared. Oh, sorry. I blew the cover. It's fine.
It's fine. I knew who you were. The moment she said your name, I knew.
It's funny when I have no idea. I'm like, hey there, new person. What's next?
We can go ahead and chop up the cheese.
Okay. So I want both of these to boil, right? Or is it too hot?
I mean, it's fine.
Okay.
Because if it boils faster, then that means, you know, we get to be done faster. But I'm having fun and I kind of don't want to do it.
Yeah.
That's me being selfish a little bit. Claire, do you know why I wanted to participate today?
No. Why?
Today's my mom's birthday.
Oh my goodness.
I know, so I thought it would be a fun tribute to her to make like something that she would make for me a lot.
Aww.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday. What's your mom's name?
Her name is Angela.
Angela. Happy birthday, Angela. If she ever watches this, happy birthday.
See, I would have told her, but she's probably celebrating her birthday.
Yes. This is true.
And then should we cut up the other one too? You want to open up that one? Best of luck, because I took a while.
I was trying to find new scissors. They're usually over here.
Oh, it's fine. They're pretty easy to open. I don't have upper body strength, so everything was a challenge for me.
It's okay. Oh yes, there's a Jared's having a nice conversation in Spanish, and I don't know what he's saying.
What is he saying?
But it looks like Javier does.
Oh, también puedo hablar español. Bienvenidos a la gente que vive aquí en Manhattan. Vamos a hacer tostadas. Y pues ustedes a lo mejor saben que son tostadas. Y pues yo les voy a enseñar cómo a mí me gusta hacer las tostadas. Y va a ser un poco diferente a las personas que pueden hacer esta receta. Y si lo hacen diferente, ponlo ahí en el, no sé cómo se dice, mi español no está tan bueno, pero en el chat. Y ahí podemos hablar de diferentes recetas o puedes dar diferentes ideas a otras personas también. And I'm just letting them know that other people may have different versions of how they make their tostadas because, again, it's so flexible. You can make it however you want. So I'm just encouraging other people to let them know and, be like, oh, I make my salsa, with tomatillos, which is like the vegetable I was telling you about.
Okay.
Yeah, like the green ones. Yeah.
Ah.
And then so for this one, we're just gonna.
Do you want just strips or like?
We can make them into like strips, but also like
Sideways too.
Yeah, like dice. Like,
yeah.
You get it. And then so like for cheese, we're using, what kind of cheese are we using, Claire?
This cheese is vegan cheese. It's made with tofu. It doesn't have any dairy, and I've never had it before, so I'm excited to try it.
Me too. I've never had this before.
The brand is called Chow Slices, and we had to ask multiple people at Walmart yesterday where to find it, but we found it. They were very helpful and nice. Thanks, Walmart.
Yes, they're super nice. But when I make tostadas, I use, some people can do like queso fresco. I love panela just because it's very like spongy and it's very like juicy too. And it's a little bit salty, just a little bit. Well, for me, again, everybody's like palate can be different and that's totally okay. So I'm doing them just like very, very small. So that way it's easier like to sprinkle. So if people want like a little bit more heavy-handed, we can do it. Or if they want just like a light one because they just want a little taste, then it works great too. You know what I should have said? What tostadas kind of are?
What?
Like, what is it? Like Chipotle? How like everything's just like in front of you and then you just assemble it like that? How everything's fresh? It's kind of like that, but except it's at your house and you can make it how you want. And then we get some chunks. I'm going to put it in here.
Okay.
And then I think maybe we
Some of
can
my
chop
chunks
up.
are big.
That's fine.
I like a not a neat cutter.
Oh, me, it's okay.
When I was like my first few times doing this, which I haven't done it like that many, but I was like, people are gonna judge my chopping technique. But no one has, at least not to my face. I want to try panela sometime, now that we've talked about it. So sometime we should have a panela night.
Oh yeah. Or just do like different cheeses with like little crackers and lime.
Fancy.
Oh yeah.
Fancy. Oh, Javier asked what's panela.
Panela? Panela es un tipo de queso. So, no sé si es como skim o like whole percent, pero es un tipo de queso, es como, más o menos es como queso fresco, pero en vez de que se quebra así bien fácil, es como más esponjado y está bien riquísimo. Y le puedes poner como en tacos y diferentes cosas, como queso fresco, otros tipos de queso. O también le puedes cocinar en una olla o en diferentes recetas. Es bien, bien delicioso. I don't know if you want it in Spanish or English. I don't know.
I like hearing it in Spanish. That's
And then I think after we cut our cheese, we'll cut up some cilantro
okay.
and then put it on the blender and then work on our salsa.
Okay. Perfect. How much do you want me to cut up this whole cheese?
I don't know.
I mean, I think you can never have too much.
Same, because I love cheese. So. But I'm really interested to see how this tofu plays out.
Oh. Javier replied, but I don't know what he said. If you can see it right there. Sorry, it's very tiny.
Aprender cómo hacer queso o dónde comprar la panela. Si vas a la Walmart, ahí venden panela. Yo pienso que el Dylan's a lo mejor también, pero nomás pregúntale a la gente que trabaja ahí también te puede decir si no, o si lo puedes agarrar ahí o no. Y también miré que hay una tienda mexicana aquí en Kansas, cerca de Dylan's, en medio de Dylan's y de Walmart, y ahí sí venden panela, porque la panela yo vengo de California, de Los Ángeles, so el panela de allá es diferente de acá, y pues todos modos a mí me gusta el queso, no importa si es queso fresco o cotija o panela, me gusta todo.
Have you said already that you moved from California? Like how you came to Manhattan?
No.
Would you like to?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was telling Javier that I come from California. So I kind of said it in Spanish.
Okay.
But I am originally from LA, born and raised. I spent 26 years there, 26 and a half because I turned 27 in July. But yeah, so I'm here in Manhattan because my fiance, he's going to K-State for his master's, and yeah, and I followed him. So here we are in Kansas, and I'm super excited to be here. You know, it's very, very different than LA, but in like the best ways. So I'm excited.
That's how I met Sasha, was because her fiance is in drama therapy with me. And so that's how we got to meet.
But thank you for having me, Claire.
Well, thanks for cooking with me. I'm excited. There are some moments when I'm doing this where I get so focused that I'm like and I forget to say something.
And that's why it's fun when you cook with other people, because then you're making food and you're bonding, and then you get to learn something new too.
Yeah. What are some of the things that you like, because you said it's different in the best ways, what are some things that you like about Manhattan so far?
The scenery. It's beautiful, yeah, because I love nature. The bugs are a different story. I love nature. And I would always go to the park and go hiking, and California is beautiful in certain parts, but we in LA it is a desert, and then so the green there, it's not a true green, and then so here it's just beautiful, and then it's every place you go has something different to offer, and it's nice. So if you can travel when it's safe to, definitely do it. But if not, then I think cooking is the next best thing. Because there's so many different like flavors and spices, and you know, you get to expand your palate. And you get to make new friends on the side too, so it's a win-win.
I think that's something that like has come, at least for me, with like COVID and quarantine, was like, I have a bit more time. Let me try like these things that I've never done before. Like,
yes.
Make some new hobbies.
Yes. Yeah, for me, it was definitely a lot more cooking, because I always got scared at first where I'm just like, oh no, I don't want to get anyone sick. But then, you know, once you get more practice and then you start getting more comfortable, and then it's all about trial and error, which is a lot of things too. And then you learn, you grow from your mistakes. I'm also an art educator. I graduated from Cal State LA in art therapy. But the educator in me is always just like, well, the first step of success is failure, because you learn from your mistakes and you have nowhere else to go but up.
Oh.
I like to think positive.
Yeah, that was so good.
Was Jerry saying something?
Let's see. So right now in this chat we have a little bit of a family reunion going on, because my sister and my parents are in the chat. Hello.
Hi, family.
They are very sweet and like to watch when they can, which is I very much appreciate.
Aww. Claire is so nice. She's so sweet.
This is Sasha. They just jumped in, so they may have missed the beginning. The beginning introductions. Jared says, hi, Claire's family. Also, Jared says he keeps having to step away to chase down the dog.
Oh, yeah.
So Sasha and Jared have a little dog named Ollie.
Yes.
And he's like really cute. He's just, well, I always am like, he's the cutest dog ever. And Sasha and Jared are always like, you know, you think so because you don't like live with him all the time.
Yeah, I have a 4-month-old Chihuini, so he's half Chihuahua and half wiener dog, and he is very stubborn. He is very dramatic. He loves to bite things. He likes mischief. He gets the zoomies like at 10 o'clock, 5 a.m. He'll just run around. Yeah, on walks he loves to pick up everything that he shouldn't be, and I have to chase him down, take it out of his mouth. He's a lot of work, but he is a sweetheart. He is nice to people, so.
Yeah, he's a very sociable dog.
Yeah. I think he's too sociable. He will get kidnapped one day just because, or I guess dog napped, because he just loves people. He will greet you with open arms. So it's a blessing and a curse. How are you doing, Claire?
I'm almost finished with my cheese.
I'm gonna
gently. They're slowly getting bigger and bigger, which is
that's fine.
It's okay. Also, my gloves. I sometimes I'm worried I'm gonna chop my glove.
Same. I don't. You know, props to the people who do this, you know, professionally, because I'm pretty sure they have no issues.
Yes, the gloves are a learning curve.
There's a little bit of lettuce, but it's fine. It's fine.
You know.
And it's a surprise. And then if you happen to get a serving that has lettuce, it just means you're gonna have an even better day.
There you go. A little bit of extra vegetables for you.
And then so we're gonna put our chopped up cheese to the side. Oh,
sorry. One last little bit.
And then we are gonna. Do you wanna go ahead and bring that blender?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
I was like, where can we plug it in? But there's a plug right here. Let me turn it sideways.
Yeah.
There we go.
I guess I'll be in charge of the buttons. So much responsibility.
All the responsibility.
I think that's too much responsibility, so I may pass it off to you. Okay, so
we're gonna be great.
Yes.
I've used this blender a total of one other time.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry.
No, we are great. I don't even know what all the different things really mean, so I just hit them and.
Well, I mean, it says right there, liquefy, milkshake, smoothie. Yeah. But then how do you? Oh, I get. Okay, I see. So,
right.
You can always, if you really like cilantro, you can put it all in there. But if you want to put some like as the toppings, you can always cut it in half. So I'm just gonna cut it in half, and just like this much, because we're not gonna use a whole lot for the salsa.
Okay.
No, let me move this over.
My sister said the Chiweenie sounds really cute.
He is.
It is. It's a cute dog.
And then I'm just gonna rinse this off really quickly.
Okay. Should I chop any more of this or just move it out of the way?
Oh, we'll just move it out.
Okay. I'm gonna put it up here in the corner.
And then so we're just gonna add our cilantro right there. There we go. We'll add these bits. It's fine. There we go. Okay. And then we're gonna go ahead and turn off the stove because our tomatoes should be done.
Okay.
And then
Should I just bring it over?
yes. Do you have like a pot holder? I can put it on top.
Let me grab one. I can use
That
this
one.
rag. Let's use this one. I'm gonna grab a bigger one. Sorry.
I'm fine.
And the side too. You can set it on this.
Ew, that's okay. I'll put it on this side.
Still a little bubbly.
That's fine.
Okay.
And then do you have a fork?
Fork? Yes.
So you can use like a fork or you can use like kitchen utensils. It's all, you are the chef in your own kitchen. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get the tomato. It smells so good already. It smells like salsa. And I'm just gonna put it in here.
Would you like me to stir up the beans? Are they good?
Yes. And then if you wanna put it a little bit higher, because
Okay.
they should be boiling. It doesn't take long to cook them. And then what are people saying? Yeah. I mean, there's no such thing as too much cilantro, but everybody's taste buds are different. Some people like tomatoes, some people like lettuce, some people like a lot of onions, and others don't. Everyone is unique in their own way.
I'm gonna change the eye because it's not getting very hot for some reason.
Okay.
Which I think I had this moment last week where I was like, why isn't it cooking?
That's fine. That'll give our salsa time to cool off, so that way nobody burns their tongues from the heat.
Okay. There we go. Okay. That should heat up. What's happening? Why are you dark? Why are you dark?
You don't need more cilantro. I mean, if you want to add more, you totally can, but I'm only gonna put a little bit.
Yeah, we have more. We just are not using it right now.
And then I'm gonna pour in just a little bit of the water.
Okay.
If I make a mess, I'm so
Do
sorry.
you want a pot holder in case it's hot?
Oh, it's fine. Oh, yeah, about a little bit. Okay. And then we're gonna put it
That
down.
was perfect.
And then if you want to put this back on the stove so it's out of our way and no one gets hurt. Okay, here comes the most stressful moment.
It's gonna be great.
Okay. Alright, Clara, are you ready for this responsibility?
Alright. What is our goal?
So we want to get it very liquefied.
Okay, I'm gonna press this button.
Okay.
It's gonna be loud, maybe.
Then
Yay!
we're gonna open it up, and then we're gonna put some salt in there.
Ooh, okay, salt. Here you go. It's just in this little open container.
That's fine. We'll put.
I don't want to like pour too much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I've done that before.
And And then like if you're never really sure about, you know, how much salt you want to put or just like other things, my rule of thumb and the things that I've learned from back when I took a cooking class, because it counted as a computer class. I don't know how, but I'm gonna take it. Thank you, California. Is that you can always add more stuff. You can never take away. Yeah, I'm never gonna blend.
Okay. Sound warning. Don't listen to the blender. It's sorry. More?
I know it's okay. What happened?
Just a little bit came out. And it scared me a little bit. Oh gosh, I just broke it.
And we'll take it off, and then do you have a smaller container for the salsa? Like a bowl?
Yes.
I feel bad using this entire thing.
Put it over here. How do you feel about this size?
It's perfect.
Okay.
And then we're just gonna pour our salsa, and then we're gonna let it cool. And then and if you're one of those, because I'm kind of impatient sometimes. If you happen to be like me and you want to dip in right away, do it, but please be careful because it will be hot. But also, when you first make the salsa and you put cilantros and different chiles in there, you do get, it is a lot spicier just because it is hot. And when you cook it, it makes it like even hotter. And then after, when it cools, it's not as spicy. So if you take that first bite right away, you're gonna notice it being super spicy, and then after, not so much.
Okay.
And then my mom always taught me that to like rinse and wash the blender right away, because if not, the spicy remnants get left in there. I don't know if it's true, but I'm not one to tell my mom no or otherwise, so.
I got that.
Just rinse it too, even for later if you want.
Okay. Alright. I'm sorry I screamed.
I didn't expect it to spit out like that. And then so now we're just gonna wait for the beans.
Okay. They should be getting there. Sorry that we took a little bit of time.
It's okay.
Okay. We're waiting for the beans to cook.
So ahorita terminamos de cortar el queso y hacer la salsa. Pueden hacer la salsa como quieran. Y ahorita nomás estamos esperando los frijoles que se cocen un poco para terminar las tostadas. Y pues yo usé frijoles de pinto, de lata, porque yo no sé cómo cocinar los frijoles. So, algo bien fácil, pero si a ti te encanta de lata o de hacerlo de scratch, entonces también puedes hacerlo así. Just in case for our Spanish viewers.
Yes.
Or I guess our Latino viewers.
Have you gotten to see the prairie yet?
No.
It's really pretty. You will like it.
But I did see the alpacas today. Yeah, they're super
Yes!
cute.
I found them on Monday or Tuesday, and I was like, oh, it's exciting. I don't know why we have them. You know, it's like very random, but it's exciting.
But it's cute. They're so cute, though.
Yeah. There are alpacas, for people who may not know this little tidbit. There are alpacas on campus where they keep the cows, like off of Jardine Road or Drive. I can't remember.
Yes.
But yeah, we have alpacas.
Yeah. And then fun fact about that street. I don't know if it's accurate or not. But there was how there's like a garden and it's right on Jardine. And then I'm like, oh, it kind of makes sense because in Spanish, garden is jardín and it's spelled jardín. So I'm just like, maybe it's garden avenue.
Yeah.
I wanted to be like fancy, so I'm like, oh.
Maybe, yeah, that was an intentional choice.
Yeah. But I'm like, oh, it's a fun play on words.
Yeah.
It gets me thinking.
I'm going to choose to believe that too, that it was intentional.
Yes.
Feel tasty. Thanks for following, new guy 12-0. Jared? We
Thanks,
appreciate you.
Thank you for the support.
Okay, they're getting hot now. Sorry.
No,
for
it's
us
fine.
taking a while.
It's fine.
But, I don't know.
Oh, I have one of those too. I'm just looking over. I was like looking at the tostadas, and then I see one of the ingredients, the SB, the one with the red lid. Where did you get it?
Wait, which one are you talking about?
The one right in front of the oils. Yeah.
This? Oh, that's a great question.
Cause
I
like,
don't know.
cause I like to put it on like stir fry or I guess mostly stir fry.
It's been here before I got here.
Okay, well, if you can find out where they got
Yeah.
it, because I've been trying to look for that in Manhattan. So if you know where this lovely product is at, please let me know in the chats.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
I don't know. I bet Mary bought it when she was like doing RFL.
Mhm.
But there might be like a specific store.
Like
Okay.
at the what's that market?
I don't know. I feel like I haven't gone to many different grocery stores besides like the main one. So I don't know.
Oh.
But we can ask, or maybe someone will tell us.
Yeah. Here's Toby.
It's
not so good.
I believe it's an Asian spice.
Mhm.
Yeah, I believe it's Asian. But I don't know where.
Has that happened to you where you can't find products from home here in Manhattan?
There are a few things, not
Oh.
like a ton,
Uh-huh.
but a few. Like the biggest one I can think of is sweet tea, because
Oh.
in the South we have like really, really, really sweet tea.
Is it like in like a little tea bag, like a little box or something?
It's like a jug, like a milk
Oh.
jug, but tea.
Oh.
And I don't know the whole brewing process,
Mm.
but the tea things that say sweet here are not the same. And it's fine. I've like reconciled this fact.
No.
But I miss some sweet tea. But it's like, it's probably good to get away from it. It's probably not great for me to drink.
I guess. I mean, there's like a lot of things that aren't great for me. But yeah, I call my mom and I'm like, Mom, can you please send me some stuff? And they do, and then my sister does too. My family send me boxes, and I'm like, yes. What's in this box this time?
Oh, nice. What are some things that you miss, like that aren't here?
Oh my goodness. Like in terms of like Latino food or just in general?
In general.
Mm.
Someone said we're not addicted to sugar here.
Oh.
There are worse things to be addicted to.
Right? But what if it's natural sugar though? Just natural.
I cannot say that sweet tea is natural sugar, but it's just good. But
It is.
as far as your question, whichever whatever way you would like to answer it.
I don't know. What's something that I miss a lot?
It can be specific.
Well, I don't know, because I can say like, oh, I miss going to like little different coffee shops, but there are coffee shops here. It's just that with the pandemic, some of them are closed or some of them are practicing like social distancing. So you can't just walk up and get your coffee and go. You have to do like curbside pickup and other things. So there's like reasons for them.
Yeah.
I think it would be. I don't know. Okay, I'll just go to my Mexican food. Getting different types of chiles, because in California there's like you have your what is it, your your jalapeno. So you have your regular jalapeno. I know that they have some here in Walmart, but then they have like their serranos, and they also have like their habaneros, and habaneros are usually orange, but they have like their sister and cousin versions, and they're like red or they're like a deep purple or just different ones, and those are like even spicier than the habaneros.
Oh.
And yeah, so just different like other parts of like chiles. I remember when Jared and I stopped in Arkansas, there they didn't have a bunch of chiles, so I couldn't find like California chiles or New Mexico chiles. Then those are just like sun-dried big chiles that we in my family we use it a lot to make different kinds of like salsas. Not like this, but kind of like a sauce. So we would make like a lot of like meat patties or like vegetable, what is it, like recipes, and then we cover it in like a sauce, and that was just like always a staple. But yeah, it's different. But one thing I'm gonna try to look forward to is masa, because I want to make some. I don't know if I can make tamales because my family hasn't taught me yet. So I want to see where I can buy tamales here. Do you have any recommendations? I know that there may be a place in Topeka. I don't know. Pero si saben dónde puedo comprar masa o tamales ya hecho, si me pueden dejar ahí en el chat para saber dónde. Yeah, and I think our beans are done. So next year.
They smell really good.
Yes, and then so sometimes what you can do too is you can always add like garlic in there to give it an extra little oomph, or just other little things.
We have garlic if you want it.
No.
Okay.
And then so we're gonna get like a bean masher. These are great for mashing potatoes, bananas, just different things. And then we're just gonna mash them. Okay. So you want to boil them, because sometimes beans take a while to cook.
There we go.
So you want to make sure that they're bubbly, but please be careful, and you're just gonna mash them.
Ooh. Do you want me to get your masher and help, or just one?
Why do I want to burn you?
Okay.
But we can take turns.
Yeah. You can let me know when you want me to have a turn. Jared said that salsa directly translates to sauce, and that how that blew his mind. I don't know if I've ever.
Well, did you Google it? Because for me, salsa, when I hear the word salsa, I think of the word like a salsa, like a, like a dip or something. But yeah, but salsa can also be translated to sauce, and I didn't think of that until like now. So I'm trying to figure out if you thought of it by like your own, or if you got Google help.
Interesting. Also, my sister said she feels like she's learning so much. Yay!
Yay! I'm glad. Okay, then if you want to mash this, you can get like a feel for it.
Get a little arm workout. Because that doesn't happen. Really, ever.
Same. Yeah, so for me, I like my beans a little bit more runny. I don't want to say watery, because watery implies like, I don't know, like it's not made with love, or we skimped out. We didn't. But when it's a little bit more runny, it's easier to spread on the tostada, and then you can save it for later. And then it when it dries, sometimes it gets a little bit thick, and you don't want it to be like too dry. Unless that's your thing, that's totally fine. But yeah, so you can always like, how for the beans that we use, we end up using all of like the liquid that was in there. So if you don't want it to be as runny, you can always just like not use all of them. Maybe you can use like 2 or 1, and then you can add a little bit of water if you want to get the rest, or if you don't want to, that's cool too. But I think the other thing that I miss is Mexican drinks, or just like Latino drinks like Fanta, Coca-Cola, not in the can, but in the bottle, in the glass bottle, because those are made from like cane sugar, and that's natural sugar, right?
I think so. Yeah. Well, yeah, because it's straight from the
Yeah.
plant.
Doesn't mean it's more, it's more healthy, but yeah.
I am getting a workout. When we went to your house, you made jamaica?
Yes, I made horchata and jamaica.
Those were really good.
Yeah, those are I don't want to say they're Mexican drinks, but they're like Latino drinks.
Okay.
Maybe next time we can make them, because I didn't know if it was just like food or if we can do beverages too.
We haven't done beverages. I think when they did RFL in person, pre-COVID, they would do like some tea and stuff. But since we've been in COVID times, I don't think they have. But I don't think there's no reason like we couldn't,
Yeah, I think it would be fun, especially like for the summer when people are like out and they're just like, oh, I can do something like refreshing. Be like, here you go, try this. But then I don't want it to be sketchy. I don't know how you guys do it. Be like, here, try this,
Try this drink.
Yes.
I don't think it's sketchy. At least, I don't know. I guess there are certain, like, instances where you wouldn't. But if you're going to get food, that's a place you can try.
So when you first started mashing, you notice how when you would lift it up, you can see all the beans, like, intact. And then if you try going again, they're a lot more creamier.
Yeah.
And it goes through. So I think that would be a good stopping point.
Okay.
And now it's time to assemble.
Yay!
So my other step would be just to remove things, but like, let's remove things. So that way they're not in the way and nobody gets hurt.
Okay.
And then if you want to get a spoon for the salsa, and then a spoon for the beans.
Is like a normal size okay, or
We'll
bigger?
get a normal size for this one, and then if you have a big one for the beans.
Yes, that's kind of bigger.
Let's do
We have this one. That's
We'll
like
do
a
that
soup
one.
spoon.
That's fine. I just want it. You could do it like this, and it won't get lost.
Okay.
And then if we have like a plate to put our
Yes.
food.
Here we have plates.
It's funny because when Jared and I first started dating, Jared is Caucasian, so he didn't know a lot about my culture. He knew some of it from his like roommate. Shout out to Hayao if he's watching. But yeah, so when I would tell him like, okay, go make yourself a plate, he's like, okay, well I don't know how, because like for me it's just like, okay, I already know what to do, but I understand like someone coming from a different culture, you're like, well how do I prepare the meal? So I think this is also an important step. So if you want to get the tostada. So how we talked about earlier, tostadas are just like tortillas, but they're a crunchy version. So we got these from the store. They're super cheap, and they come in packets of like 20, 27, something like that. Because I know that there are like the bigger ones too. So again, it's great for like a party. It's great for small gatherings. And then they also make it as, they're good for like salsa chips. So if you just want to have the salsa on these chips, you're good to go. And these are also corn based too, so if you have a corn allergy, right? You might want to try a different alternative, and we are going to do that too.
We do, yeah, we have gluten-free, not corn-based tortillas.
Yeah. And then so I think we'll do 2 of these, that way you can make one too, Claire.
Okay.
And then we'll do the tortilla, that way, because again, it like this is very, very flexible, and it's, it can be fit for any type of lifestyle.
Okay. Do you want me to get another plate for this tortilla?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we'll put it here. We'll put it back. And then we're going to grab our lettuce as well. So now everything that we put to the side, we're going to bring out. So again, if you want to add more toppings, like if you have your cilantro that we used earlier, if you want to add more, now would be a great time to chop it up, put it in a small bowl, and now you can sprinkle it on, and other people can sprinkle it on. If you want to, you could also do the same thing with like onion, with like serrano peppers, just anything, or like even avocado if you want to make guacamole. I'm gonna say it correctly. Guacamole. You can also do that too. So,
Okay.
is this already cooked? I don't know. I've never worked with this before.
I have not cooked it.
Okay.
Well, I mean.
Or like heated it up.
It's not heated up, but I can heat it up real fast.
Well,
they are like you can eat them without heating them up.
Okay.
Like if you're doing a wrap or something.
Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. So then we are going to. So should we just do one tostada then, or should we just do two?
We can go ahead and do both.
Okay.
They're out.
So that way you can get hands-on experience too.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go first with our base, which is gonna be the beans. Just gonna put them all around. And then if it's like too watery, you can always go to the bottom. Because, you know, science, things go down, right? I'm not a science major. I'm so sorry for all the sciencey people I offended.
Also, before we are finished, remind me, we're gonna like get the camera and do a close-up look of it. Like,
okay.
Oh wow.
Fancy.
We are so fancy.
I like a lot of beans, so I'm so sorry. But you can put as like much or as little. And then go ahead.
Okay.
I'll put it here.
You did it very gracefully.
I tried.
Mine is
okay.
not gonna be that graceful.
Food can be messy. It's fine. We love messes. They always taste better. It's fine.
Right. I'm gonna just spread that out a little bit.
There was also one in here that had like these. I think that can always help too.
The
so yeah, I didn't know what they're called. I was just gonna say the holes in the spoon.
The holy spoon.
Yes. Is that working good?
Oh yeah, that's good. Okay.
And then
What's
we're
next?
and then we're gonna put it on the side right here, so it's not go everywhere.
Okay.
And then we can put some lettuce on top. Just sprinkle that on top. And again, you can put as much or as little as you want. I'm just probably put like one more, so it looks kind of full.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go with our cheese.
Alright.
And just sprinkle it on top. Right? Doesn't it feel like you're at Chipotle? What's that other one? Qdoba?
I haven't been there.
It's good.
I don't know how. I would have said Qdoba, but I'm sure that's.
I think that's correct. Again, I don't know, but
Yeah.
I like that more than Chipotle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
I'm sorry, Chipotle.
Back home, we had like Chipotle and we had a Moe's, which was like a little bit similar to Chipotle, but the Qdoba one we do not have. So I've never seen it before coming to Kansas.
Oh. And did you want more cheese? I'm so sorry.
No, this is good.
Okay, and then for a salsa, I don't know if it needs more salt, but if it does need more salt, again, you can always just add stuff on as opposed to try to like scrape it off. Because there have been times where, you know, my hand has slipped a little bit too much and I'm like, oh my gosh, is this food or is this the ocean? Because it's so salty. So I'm going to go in with a little bit because I don't want to scare off people. And then because like people think it's going to be spicy, but that's not the case. For this one, you know, sometimes it is spicy, so you just gotta taste it, or you gotta ask, is it spicy or not?
The first time I made something, my hand was I was like gently salt, and it was like, and I was like, and I just went with it. I was like, it's fine.
The salsa?
Oh yes.
I hope.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. I remember one time I was making, I think it was Jared. It was Jared. I was making him, I don't remember what it was, maybe like an avocado toast or something. Mm-hmm. And I was putting on more pepper. And
I think I'm good.
And the bottle lid came off when all the pepper went on. But it wasn't even the crushed one, it was like the round ones. So I had to pick them off, and eventually I gave up and like, here you go. Because I didn't make it, but you know, he ate it. But yeah, and that's what it looks like. And we're done.
Let me get the fancy camera.
Oh, but then we still gotta do this one too, if you want to do that one.
Okay. Well, 1 second. for the
Just
fancy
kidding,
camera.
just kidding. Alright, Claire, it's all you.
Rewind. Okay. This is for our friends that can't have corn. Sorry, I want some beans. Okay. This one, would you wrap it up? Or would you...
I would just make it into a tortilla.
Okay.
Not a tortilla, because it's already a tortilla. We can always just fold it in half.
Okay.
And then some, I don't want it to break.
Ooh.
Okay. It was intentional, it's fine, yeah.
We did that on purpose.
So we can just put the beans on that side and
Okay.
then just, we'll make it into like a little hamburger. But you know, tortilla version.
There you go. Okay. That looks good to me.
Okay.
I'm gonna put that in.
And then next, what do you need?
Lettuce, please.
And then you don't have to follow this order. It's best if you put like your beans there, and then if you're gonna add like meat, then you can put beans and then your choice of meat, and then the lettuce and cheese and salsa, and then if you want to do like some sour cream on top, like that's really good. I don't know if you do sour cream on top. But for me, I feel that, you know, with the combination of the cheese and the sour cream and the salsa, it works really great together, because in case it is spicy, the sour cream acts like as a cooling factor, and the cheese gives it like an extra like chewy something.
Nice.
And then the salsa.
Salsa. This feels very like artsy. An artsy drizzle. Ooh.
Sometimes there's that one big splash.
Yeah,
That's fine.
you know.
And then that's it.
Okay, I'm gonna get the fancy camera. I'm gonna take my gloves off to get the fancy camera.
And then I'll put it on the other side so that way they can both be next to each other.
Okay.
We'll put this.
What am I unplugging? Okay. Oop, do. Oh, okay. Okay, this, I always am weird when I do this. Okay, camera view. Ta-da! Okay, here are the tostadas.
Yay.
And then here's the one for people who can't have corn. Sorry I broke the tortilla. But there you go. That's the finished product. I'm gonna switch back. Oops, sorry. Switch back to this one. Yay!
Welcome back.
Sorry for the motion sickness that might have just happened for everyone. But there you go. That's the meal. So if you're in the Manhattan area, feel free to come by tomorrow between 11 and 1 and pick up some tostadas and salsa. And we also, shameless plug, tomorrow night, which is Friday, October the 2nd, from 6:30 to 8, we're having a fall festival.
Oh.
And it's ECM partnered with some other campus organizations, and it's going to be outside in the parking lot, like right out of ECM. And there's going to be pumpkins to carve and paint, so you can choose which one you want to do. There's going to be face masks to tie-dye, because we could all use more face masks in this COVID time. There's going to be other fun things. There's going to be corn to eat, if you like corn. And if you can't have corn. There's going to be apple cider to drink. There's going to be fun to be had. We're going to wear masks and socially distance to stay safe. So it's going to be good. Please come join us. So that's 2 things tomorrow. Lunch, fall festival. And that's it. So thank you guys. I'm going to end with our fancy bell again. Do you want to do the fancy bell? Okay. So you have to hold, I messed this up the first time I did it. You just hold it flat like.
It's okay if I take out my gloves?
Yeah,
You know, 'cause
yeah.
We want to be healthy and safe. Okay, so I just hold it?
Yeah, hold it flat.
Uh-huh.
And then I butchered it the first time. There was no noise. And then you tap it and then go around kind of slow.
Do I have it on the outside or inside?
Outside.
So I just go like that?
Yes.
It's a lot of responsibility.
Give it a second.
Should I try again?
Sure, sure. It
Okay.
will like be soft and get louder, so it's okay if you don't hear it right away.
Okay. I heard it a little bit, just a little bit.
It was there. The no- I don't know what we did, but thank you for watching. Wow. There you go. That's it.